Three, two, one. What's up, baby? This is Charlie Brown. That's who it is. Coming at you live and direct. I am. I'm coming at you live and direct. I really, truly am. And I had to get the smudge off the lens so it'll be clear. My mother's moving furniture in her room. Um, I want to talk to you about a couple of things. Okay, and this is one of them. Look, I don't. If you can see here, this is the opinion page of the Red State Lake Charles American Press, and it shows Barack Obama right there. See, that's him, and he's being tackled by a bunch of scandals. And what they're doing is they're trying to kill his they're trying to kill his they're trying to shape our perception. Is what they're doing. They're trying to make us view this man in this way. They want us to view him as a person that did all these bad things. But it's unbalanced, number one. Number two, Obamacare is good. The debt, Ronald Reagan tripled the debt. NSA, that was around even when Bush was president. And Benghazi was something that was created by the CIA and the Republicans to sway the election of 2012 because in 1953 they did the same thing. British Petroleum did the same thing. They wanted to overthrow Mohammed Mossadegh because he took over the oil wells in Iran, and he was the president of Iran. He was a nationalist socialist. He was. He was not a. He was a democratic socialist, is what he was. He was. They got rid of the Shah of Iran, and he fled. And because the Shah had made a deal with British Petroleum that they could get, like, I think it was like 84% of the revenue from the oil that they got out of the ground there, and the Shah got 16. And the people, he was like a brutal dictator, and the Iranian people were starving. And so somehow they elected, they overthrew the Shah, ran him out of town, and they put Mohammed Mossadegh as the president there. And he took care of the people. He seized the oil wells there back from British Petroleum. And he created them he took them for his people. And he would want to renegotiate a deal with Britain for a more fair share of the profits so he could take care of the freaking people in Iran who were starving. And they were so greedy they didn't want to do that. So they conspired with MI6, which is like the Secret Service for Britain, and the CIA. And Kermit Roosevelt, which was Teddy Roosevelt's grandson, or maybe his nephew, I can't remember. He was the main figure that started the coup to reinstate the Shah. And H. Norman Schwarzkopf was was the general that was in Desert Storm. He was part of the coup too when he was just a tadpole, a little lad tadpole. Okay, he was in on the freaking coup too there. So, anyways, and Benghazi was the same thing, and they trying to hang it around his neck, but Barack Obama had nothing to do with that, and he responded to it appropriately. They couldn't influence the outcome of the presidential election. He got reelected, so the next strategy was to make it look like he did it to try to steal his influence. And that's what this whole thing is. It's just an attack on him to kill his influence because they don't want anybody in there that doesn't serve their plutocratic special interest. But what I want to talk about, the real reason I want to talk about this is Lake Charles is probably 50% black people that live in the city limits. Okay, or maybe even more. I don't know the exact demographics, but they're not a minority, man. They're either, it's either half white and half black, or they are the majority here. And whenever they see crap like this, man, you know what I'm saying? You see a black man being shot down by his enemy. You know what I'm saying? And all this crap, they're trying to blame Obama and make him look stupid. They see that as racist, dude. They see that as majority white America doesn't want to see any black person succeed at all. It reinforces the stereotype that says white people are racist, that says they don't want a black leader in there. They don't want to encourage black people, their neighbors, to succeed in life. They always look down on the black people, and really that creates resentment in the black community, man. It's like apartheid. That's the way they see it. They see it like South American apartheid, and they see it as the majority of black people. They want them to stay down. They look at it as oppression. And white people don't have a freaking clue to what they're talking about. They say them black people, they have just as much opportunity as we do. Tell them to shut their freaking mouths, quit crying about the past, and pick themselves up by the bootstraps and get on with it. That is so arrogant and stupid and wrong. And it's faulty thinking by the white people. Because they've never walked in the shoes of black people, ever. I used to think the same thing when I lived in South Carolina. I even thought like that until God called me to reach the black community. Man, I started getting into hip hop and street hip hop looking clothes and stuff like that. And I started wearing the fashion of the black people in Aiken, South Carolina. And at that time, my car had gotten wrecked. It got totaled. Okay. And I spent the money I had to pay it off with some of the money. And they gave me the total value of the car, but they had to pay off what I owed left on it, and they gave me the difference. And I used that money for other pay bills and some other stuff, so I didn't have a car no more. And you stay tuned